Okay guys, so still attacking my opponent with his lapel, which makes things much easier for me since we are in a gi. So as I get here, you remember how the previous one was where I push under his armpit, but actually what I can do here is I can actually go over his forearm, and whenever I have opportunity I'll go for this. Usually I'll go for the one where I go under the armpit is when he's sort of not allowing me this. But whenever his forearm is close to him, I'll actually pull it out and then I'll go for this kind of trap. When I get here, it's not enough just to have like the control of lapel, because sometimes when he starts moving, he can slide his arm out. So what I want to do is I want to sort of trap his elbow as well. So when I grab the lapel, I'm gonna slide the other part of the gi. And then when I grab it here, now it's almost impossible for him to slide his arm out. Now from here, when I'm here, you know, you always can do these little adjustments. You saw how this was like a bit shallow, so I just feed it a bit better here. As I have this type of control, first thing that I go for is always that like pressure and again separation of his arm, which is close to me. Now from here I can do the same attack as previously, the triangle. So I'm gonna lean on this side and I'm just gonna go over and between his arm and his head. With my heel, I'm gonna always miss the mat, grab my own shin. Now let's say that he reacts turning towards me. It's the same thing. I go for triangle here. When I get it, I always lock across my shin, never across my foot. Now from here, I reach under, cup my own knee, and I drive with my heel outside. One more time. I am here. I am having as good control as I can have, but I know that lapel will give me even better control. So from here, I go over his arm and now I start adjusting. I slide the gi over his elbow and then I adjust my grips so he can't disconnect this arm. From there, I start putting pressure, isolate the arm. When it's isolated and when my elbow is on my thigh, I know I can lean on this side and throw my leg easily here. As I throw it, I grab my shin, roll over, and adjust my triangle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to post on his hip as well. Every time, shin needs to go over the neck, never across the back. I lock it, go under, up my knee, drive my heel outside. Now the variation, when again I'm able to trap his arm, but I'm not able to isolate the arm which is close to me. Here, boom, I go over, grab it, adjust, trap it properly. Now when I'm trying to do this, he's not giving me that, okay? So what I need to do is I need to start pulling this collar till I get to the end of it, where I'm basically touching his forearm. When I do that, I can grab it with the other hand of mine. Now from here, as I'm sliding my hand on top, I go around with my elbow. It is super important whenever you're finishing Americana from side control to have both elbows on the ground. If you do this, you're allowing your partner to turn. When you try to do it, it's gonna be hard. If I stay on both of my elbows, try to reach out with your right hand to reach to your left. You see how heavy I am? Go try to turn. My hips are heavy on him because I have both elbows. Now, I drive the elbow towards the ribs, and as soon as I start putting my wrist in, I'm gonna tap out my opponent. So, we got here, and now it's very hard for me. I grabbed it properly, but it's hard for me to isolate. I can't turn him enough. He's protecting that elbow. Okay, I grab until I'm able to come to the end. When I come to the end, this hand will be in reach. As I do this, and now I try to do this, I do it simultaneously, elbow around, and this one here. Now from here, when both elbows are on the ground, I slide his elbow towards his ribs, and I start attacking.